We are popping red pills like they're Tic Tacs. The world just can't code it. But guess what? The world is living in code. It's a buffet of illusions served up by corporations and society. We're all Neo, and this is your Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, and we are back for another 2 hours of solving the world's problems one weekly whiskey at a time. We'll have all the stories you won't get in the mass hypnosis media. We are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse for those on the streaming side. We've got announcements for those who will be joining us at Winner Winner Implicit Dinner on November 15th. So you know what? Let's get down to brass tacks. If you have been with the show for a while, you can probably feel that there's a great disturbance in the force, a glitch in the matrix. That glitch, that's actually the truth of the world, not the false computer program that's been fed to us for a couple of generations. And once you've tasted and seen that glitch in the system, going back to the blissful ignorance, it's like trying to rewatch The Sixth Sense without knowing Bruce Willis is dead the whole time. The reality is this: true freedom is a profound human experience. That electrifying moment when you break free from not just physical, but actual psychological chains, and why, you can never cram yourself back into that tiny box of restraint. Think about it. We live in a world where companies play us like fiddles in a bad orchestra. Algorithms on social media, they're the puppet masters, pulling strings to keep us scrolling, buying, and conforming. Remember that time you binge watched Netflix? Wow, I can actually speak English. But it somehow whispered in your ear just one more episode? That's not freedom. That's a velvet handcuff, which Caleb would think would be fun, but we're not going there. Once our eyes, though, are opened, we see the matrix actually for what it is. As the Apostle Paul writes in Ephesians 1:18, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is hope of his calling and what are the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. Enlightenment isn't just a fancy word for a light bulb moment. It's actually a divine floodlight blasting away at the shadows of manipulation. Once we've glimpsed those riches of real liberty, the kind that comes from above, suddenly the corporate constraints, they feel as outdated as a Flowbee or a Ron Popeil Showtime rotisserie grill. Once we've experienced this freedom, it's like accidentally walking in on your grandma's Zumba class. You can't unsee those neon leg warmers or the awkward hip thrusts. It's burned into your brain forever. Pop culture, actually, if we think about it, nailed this years ago. Truman Burbank in The Truman Show for years was the star of his own fake reality TV life, scripted by a nosy director and sponsored by product placements. But when he finally sails off that painted horizon, freedom hits him like a tidal wave. He can't go back to the dome of deception because he's seen the strings. Similarly, once we've adopted how companies use the fear of missing out to sell us stuff we don't need, like that impulse buy treadmill that's doing double duty as a clothes rack in your bedroom, and I'm sorry, I digress. But once we've seen it, that's when we're actually liberated. No more being a sheep in a flock of consumerism. We're the wolf now howling at the moon. Biblically speaking, this irreversible shift echoes throughout Scripture. In John 8:32, Jesus declares, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Truth is not a gentle nudge. It's a sledgehammer to the walls of our mental prison. Once free, why rebuild those walls? Galatians 5:1 urges us, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage." Bondage? That's the 9-to-5 grind designed to keep us chasing the carrot on the stick or the societal pressures telling us to fit in like a puzzle piece in someone else's picture. But freedom? It's wild. It's untamed. Like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall and us realizing that the whole movie is a construct. We laugh, we rebel, and we never look back. Of course, this awakening isn't all rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes it's more realizing your favorite superhero movie is just CGI and green screens. Companies and the world at large thrive on our unawareness, using psychological tricks straight out of the magician's playbook. Dark patterns in apps, they're sleight of hand to make us click subscribe when we meant to say no thanks. Behavioral nudges, like those snapping his fingers and Thanos, the one doing everything to reduce the population, snaps his fingers and the control, that happens without us even noticing. But once enlightened, as in 2 Corinthians 3:17, now that the Lord is spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. We operate on a higher plane. Liberty isn't license for chaos. It's actually the power to choose authentically, free from irreversible lanes and invisible reins. Picture this pop culture gem in the Lego movie. Emmett is just a regular brick until he sees the bigger picture, literally, the human hands that control his world. He can't return to being a mindless conformist. Now he has to become the master builder. That's us. Once we've seen the psychological constraints, the ads preying on our insecurities, the echo chambers reinforcing biases, we evolve. We question, we resist, and then we thrive. It's hilarious how we once fell for it, like believing pro wrestling or the NBA or the NFL, they're real. Sorry, sports fans, we just know they're not. Come on. Look, freedom demands responsibility. It's not a free pass to anarchy, but a call to live boldly as God intended. So for the next 2 hours, we'll embrace this one-way ticket to freedom. We're not mourning the loss of ignorance. We're celebrating the gain of insight. With enlightened eyes, we inherit riches beyond measure, no restraint. We've popped the cork of liberty, and we're about to partake of the freedom that is your implicit bias. Cheers. It's the weekly whiskey segment on Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. And yes, we are back for those on the streaming side live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. Thanks for joining us. If you're listening on radio, well, I hate to tell you, but you might have missed the live episode where we are going to announce who has won, who has gone to the locations, who has scanned the code at the Implicit Bias Liquor Collectives, and who will get to join the crew here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse on November 15th, Saturday night. Mr. Lester's covers food, drinks, and hotel for the evening for you and a guest. Going to be tons of fun. We have a great crew here in the Mr. Lester's TSPL, the official Mr. Lester's TSPL, because it is the cigar lounge at Mr. Lester's. We have Caleb Morse. Caleb, it's great to have you.
It's wonderful to be here. I feel like I was just here, too.
Well, you were. You were here, what, a week and a half ago with Jackie?
Yes. Celebrating 22 years, a week late, but, 22 years together. She's put up with my shenanigans.
Congratulations on the 22 years. Cheers.
So it's 22 in a week.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, did you wear the skinny slacks and the schmedium sweater?
I should have. Look, when you get those little corner booths.
Oh, look. Yes. Yep. So Elizabeth and I were here before we did something very special, which...
You only do that once a year?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No. We did something special with Cypress Bayou Casino, which you were here for. And boy, this is just sounding worse as it goes on. No, we had a meeting the next morning. Elizabeth and I came to dinner the night before.
Yes.
And yeah, those corner booths, trust me, it's a special, special place. The food is that good. The atmosphere, the ambiance is just what you expect nowhere else.
So Jackie loves prime rib. And the difficulty with her getting prime rib somewhere else is she eats it and she's like, not done right.
Yeah.
They brought it out here. She ordered the prime rib. And at first I was like, they messed up my steak. I ordered a 14-ounce ribeye, and then something the size of my head came out.
Yes, they sent you a 20-ounce.
No, it was like a 62-ounce prime rib for Jackie.
I'm just going to say this. Caleb likes to take pictures. I was happy to get this picture because it was just
So it was cow meat.
I was going to say, it was a slab of meat. It was the most ridiculously oversized prime rib I think I've ever seen in a restaurant.
When he took the picture, he had to shrink the picture to fit it in the camera.
Correct.
Probably.
It was just ridiculous. And it tasted as good as it looked.
Yep.
It always does over here.
We are going to have a fantastic menu tonight. We're going to have Chef Ryan Fitch with us in just a little while. We'll get to that menu in a minute. You also heard from Renee Girard. Renee, it's fantastic for you to be back here.
This is my second home, man. I get to sit here. I get to smoke cigars. I drink whiskey, eat great food. Oh, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I love this place.
It absolutely is. And like you said, drink great whiskey, smoke great cigars. When you say those things, Short Pour shows up.
Of course.
Of course.
This is the only reason I'm part of the show. Because I know I get invites here. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
well, yeah, I kind of figured. I mean, it's not like you like us or anything. We know that. So
I freaking love you guys.
yes,
I
yes.
friggin' love you guys.
Ask Father Glaude about tolerating.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you missed that on our show, just go back, find the episode with Father Taj Glaude where he talks about tolerating and tolerance as a word. Hates
Yes.
it. So great to have you back. We're going to introduce
Great to
you
be here.
in the next segment when Grant Galatas comes on with us because K&B, who does Bigger Better Diamonds for Less, he's getting ready to start saying that a lot as we go towards the holidays and people start looking for gifts. Bigger Better Diamonds for Less, they're going to be important.
Look, he had to take off because he went and put on skinny jeans so that way he could look bigger and better.
Okay, so let's talk about the whiskey specials at Mr. Lester's. Now, for those who don't know, great things are happening here at Mr. Lester's when it comes to whiskey and what you're going to find. So when I walked in tonight behind the bar, those offerings that we've had before, things like Foregate, things like the Grain to Glass series, I mean, you name it, they got it. I'm also seeing things like Colonel Taylor behind the bar. I'm seeing things like just Weller Special Reserve, which is fine and dandy, but also things like Weller 12 behind the bar. Sinatra behind the bar, and then what we are actually featuring this month at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, a virtual smorgasbord of 1792 offerings. So what you're gonna look at probably in just a second is the 1792 Full Proof. And the 1792 Full Proof is one of my favorites. Some of the best bottles I've had have been 1792 Full Proofs. This one's probably coming in at like 120-ish, somewhere around that on the proof. But I started with a palate cleanser on the whiskey side. I went with the Bottled and Bond. Caleb, you went with the Bottled and Bond.
I sure did.
Renee,
Yes.
you went with the Bottled and Bond.
I jumped in at the full proof.
You jumped in at the Full Proof. We're going to start with the Bottled and Bond. So I'm going to go ahead and do something that doesn't happen very often here, which is I'm going to give my review of the Bottled and Bond. We'll go around to those who had that, and then we'll go to the Full Proof because we are going to do the Full Proof as well. So the Bottled and Bond, for me, normally I am not a 100 proof guy. We have a saying on this show that life begins at 107, right? Life begins at 115. That's the proof that we like on this show.
That's the proof you like. I like the 100.
That's the proof that people who wear pants instead of skirts like.
Hey, I
So-
got pants on this time.
You have pants on this time. What I'm going to say is this. Normally at 100 proof, I don't find that the flavors are bold enough, that they are enough on the caramel side and deep enough for me. This Bottled and Bond may be the best Bottled and Bond I've ever had.
It was my first whiskey of the evening, and that's what I asked you. Which one should I start? And you told me, do the Bottle and Bond. Dude.
I had no idea how good it would be.
It was spot on. It's very, very smooth. The flavors were there. You said you didn't pick up on a lot of the flavors, but I like the flavors. It was perfect for me. If you're not used to drinking whiskey, you need to start with that. That's a great whiskey to start with.
So I'm curious as to when I said that the Bottled and Bond I didn't get the flavors on.
You just said it a little while ago.
No, that's the sweet weed I was talking
He said
about.
normally.
Oh, normally.
Yes,
normally.
normally. This Bottled and Bond is big caramel. It is enough proof. It is
Caramel.
bold enough. It is good on the palate. It is front of the tongue. It
Caramel.
is back of the tongue. It is into the cheeks. And when I say that this just has all those notes that you want in a Bottled and Bond,
It is very good.
you know, McKenna 10 got all the pub as a Bottled and Bond because it was a $35 bottle. It won the gold medal at the San Francisco Wine and Spirits Festival. It was good. 1792, the Bottled and Bond, blows that out of the water, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
This is so much
It's a
better.
great whiskey.
So let's let the nose that knows chime in on the Bottled and Bond.
It was heavy caramel, hints of butterscotch, toffee. The sweetness was at the front of it. And for 100 proof, it really drank like it was a mid-80s.
So I thought that it drank right at 100. I thought it was almost true to the proof.
Man, it was really soft, viscous enough. It lingered. I got very, very little alcohol. Like if you'd have asked me, I would have guessed 80, 82 proof. Because it was just soft enough. Sweet. Almost a dessert.
I love the way that you say butterscotch because, yes, I do get a lot of butterscotch on this.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the nose on it was deceptive because I didn't get all those flavors that I thought I was going to get. You know, I got a little bit of vanilla, a little caramel on the nose, but it was just faint. It was lacking on the nose. But on the palate, it's full bodied, it's delicious.
Just oily enough.
Yes, very happy with
That,
it.
yeah, I mean, really just a pleasurable drinker. And this would be my recommendation. If you are, number one, if you are a proof hound like we are, except for Renee. And you want a nose hump of glass to start the evening. You want something that's not just going to kick you in the teeth right out of the gate and spoil the rest of your night. If you want to build that crescendo to the veritable, dare I say, whiskey climax of the evening, what I would suggest is that you start with something like the Bottled in Bond from 1792 before you go to the full proof.
Yes, and I'm very happy that's what I did. I'm happy that I went there first, got the flavors, got everything else, and then now I'm on the full proof because I killed my Bond.
And Burley's like, so wait a minute, you sacrificed me straight to the full proof because you gave me the full proof?
I wanted to start there.
He knew where I wanted
Yeah,
to start.
I wanted to start there because I knew that when Burley and I were when most of us besides Renee drink, we would dive right into that
Yes.
full proof. And I wanted us to start at the Bond and him to go to the full proof. That way I knew
Yeah, because Burley can handle that right off the bat.
well, not just that, but I knew that
'cause he
he would be
stands
able
up
to
in the
pick up on
restroom.
those. I didn't want his palate to be tainted. I say tainted, not deceived.
Wait, did you say
Yeah.
you said
Did he
taint?
say taint?
Yeah.
He said taint. He did say taint.
I didn't want
Yes.
your palate to be deceived by the Bottled in Bond. And going from the Bond to this, I'm happy I'm on the full proof now. I really am.
Yes.
I'm also very happy that I had the Bond first. I really am. Because I'm curious what you're going to pick up on the Bottled in Bond after going back to it. Because I want you to try it again. Or try it.
Okay.
now with the full proof. Yeah.
So let's go to Burley now for the full proof, because the full proof, my experience with the full proof has always been, Burley, that it is, when I say big and bold, I mean it hits the front of the tongue. It is, and it gets the stamp of approval, Bourbony McBourbon.
Absolutely.
And that 120 to 125 from 1792 is usually right in that wheelhouse.
It's probably one of the classiest bourbons
That's
I've
because
had.
we know where you hang out.
True.
And
Ring
you
the
hang-
bell, Renee.
And you hang out with people like us, which means you don't get classy
No,
often.
it takes care of everything. I'm trying to find a box that it doesn't check off. Honestly,
Unobtainium?
I don't want to say unobtainium.
Well, that's why it's findable.
It is.
So it doesn't check that
no,
box
No,
off.
no, maybe that might be the
Yeah.
box, but if you want to call that a box, but it's oily, it hangs.
It's not over whiny.
It's not. No, it doesn't.
It's not over fainty.
It's got a great intro. It's got a great finish. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, so Walker, what did you go with?
Whatever's on that table.
Okay, so Walker has no idea what he's drinking.
I just poured it.
Here's the fun part. For those who listen to the show, you know that Walker has not talked a lot in the last 8 months because Walker quit drinking. And that's usually when Walker talks on the show. Now, he's going to talk on this one because in ball, excited. He saw that in the stories. But for the most part, Walker usually comments on the whiskey, and he has not had anything to drink in, the last 6 months?
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
This is going to be a great night.
So what you
Yeah,
know...
I might have to pace myself. I can already
Shut
feel
up.
it.
Is
You're
the-
not driving. Your
is the-
dad says you're responsible enough.
Walker will drink anything we put in front of him tonight, and that's going to be fun. Okay, so Walker, what do you think of this? What's the proof on that one, Burley? Did you catch it?
I didn't even look at it, but let me do this with Walker because Walker's been a great bellwether
He has.
because we introduced him essentially right?
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
Him and Renee.
to whiskeys, and then he hasn't been afraid. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. So it's been a good mark to be able to introduce whiskeys that we talk about on the show to someone who's never had, and he'll tell us point blank. When we say that it's an easy drink or whatnot, he's probably as good as anybody to be able to determine that.
So would you say that Walker, to coin a term that we have put forth on this show, Walker is stignorant?
Stignorant.
He's too stupid to know what he doesn't know
Exactly.
about whiskey.
It's
Only
perfect.
about whiskey.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's not an insult. It's just
not
it's-
at all.
Right?
Not at all. Because people have these ideas about, I don't like ryes.
Well,
I don't like high rye, or I don't like high proof bourbons. We've had some 130 proofs that drank like 110
That
or
were
drank
just
like 100.
astounding,
Yes.
That were amazing.
Yep.
And Walker kind of affirmed that a lot of times for us.
well,
So-
a lot of it too is fear.
It
People
is.
are afraid to try something different.
Absolutely.
And, to give you credit, Walker, I like how you dive in the deep end.
Yep. Okay, so Walker, what do you think of this? Grant, what proof? I saw you look at the bottle. Grant couldn't see it. You
From
can move it,
over
it doesn't
there.
matter.
Wait, hold on.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Walker, wow.
118.8.
All right,
One-
Walker, what'd you think?
I enjoy this one. I haven't drank whiskey in a long time, or anything in a while, but this one is really good. It's not too strong. I get some pepper right off the bat, but other than that, it's pretty smooth, easy to drink.
All right, Caleb, we know that you're going to love this one. So from the nose that knows, let's hear about how this, what proof, Grant?
62.5 alcohol by volume.
125.
125 on the proof.
Oh my
Exactly
God,
where I thought it would be.
I would have never guessed that.
All right,
That's
Caleb.
delicious. So on the nose, I get like wet leather, a little bit of mint, and then it kind of fades off. On the palate, heavy caramel. Then you get that cracked black pepper. Then you get almost like a salted caramel.
Okay.
And it finishes neat, but it's a long-lasting finish. It doesn't just stop abruptly. It's here for the night. This, to me, is like this is pop it into overdrive, let the engine purr, and just enjoy the trip. That's what this is.
So at 125.
See, I'm glad I started at the Bottle and Bond.
Yep.
Because it kind of opened my palate up. This doesn't taste like a 120.
Did y'all
whatever.
catch that Renee, while he was holding his cigar, just flicked off the audience,
Yeah.
pointing at the whiskey? That was funny.
Yeah.
So here's the best part of this is 1792 month at Mr. Lester's. Get it while they got it, because this is obtainium, but some of it is harder to find. They've got the bottled and bond. They've got the small batch. They've got the cask strength, the full proof. They've got the cognac cask finish. They're seeing some bottles. They got rid of a bottle of sweet wheat last Saturday in one night.
Is more to come?
You never
We
know.
don't know.
That depends on our friends at 1792, which for those who don't know, 1792 used to be called Ridgemont Reserve. It's a Sazerac brand.
I did not
So
know
the
that.
same people that own
Like-
Buffalo Trace and all those, whether it's Weller 12 or Blanton's and all this, same people that own that distillery own the distillery for
So
1792.
where'd Ridgemont Reserve, where'd that come from?
That was just the original bourbon.
Like Fast Time at Ridgemont?
No,
High?
not from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But the interesting part is 1792, and thank you, Adam Porsche, because I learned this from him. 1792 is the year Kentucky was brought into the Union and recognized as a state. So that is why 1792 is the bourbon.
And what's funny is he thought we knew that.
He did, which, wow. Yeah, he's giving us way too much
Way too
credit,
much credit.
way too quickly. So, do y'all know what the special is here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse for all the Ridgemont Reserve? For all the 1792? Do y'all know what the special is, regardless of which one you're getting a pour of?
No.
I would guess $5.
$5 pours. $5
Per pour.
a pour. Yeah, I mean, how absurd. It is almost obscene.
Yes.
$5 a pour. Oh, yeah, Burley needs the mic here.
I only want to say my dad has an awesome set of tools.
A gnarly set of tools.
Is that what it was?
Gnarly.
A gnarly set
Gnarly.
of tools.
Yep, gnarly. All right, gentlemen. So since everyone kind of got the $5 pour, we do have the implicit bias. What would you pay? Championship belt chain presented by Box Drop that needs to be awarded.
I don't have the book.
I think we should take. Oh, did we forget the book?
Well, I forgot.
I have it in my car.
Walker forgot the book in his car.
Even
It's
better.
okay.
Walker
It's
will
okay.
take notes.
So
So he can
here's
go
what-
back. He's already editing it. He can redo this and write it.
Here's what we're going to do.
Legibly.
What we're going to do is we're going to award the What Would You Pay Championship Belt Chain. All those who vote in favor of Walker winning the What Would You Pay Championship Belt Chain, raise your hand.
Aye.
Walker wins unanimously. Walker, you are the What Would You Pay Championship Belt Chain winner, presented by Box Drop of Lafayette. We're going to pass that around to you.
Well,
when
guess
we
I'm
take
not
a break.
drinking anymore for the rest of the time I'm on the show.
What does the belt chain have to do with that?
Not today. I'm talking about long term.
Oh, stop.
Is
That's
this
not
the
why.
first? This is the first time he's worn the chain.
No, he's won it before.
Has he?
Yeah.
That's
I've
why-
won like 3 in a row one time.
That's why he has a hump now.
On that note, Implicit Bias Radio will be back right after this. The stories you're not getting anywhere else. Don't miss it on your Implicit Bias. Implicit Bias Radio rolls on. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. We are on the streaming side, live at Mr. Lester's. If you're catching us on terrestrial radio, whether it's 96.5 KPAL in Lafayette, whether it's WGSO in New Orleans, or KMLB in Monroe, Louisiana, in just a little while, you're going to hear who won tickets to come down to Mr. Lester's Steakhouse with the crew on November 15th. And give them a call. Tell them you want more of your Implicit Bias Radio. So the crew here, we have a member who has now just sat in. This is all OG. Short Pour was here in the last segment. He was one of the OG. Of course, maybe not necessarily the first show OG, because he was fishing for the first show. He remembers this, and he's going to nod. He was fishing. It's okay. The fun part is the first show we actually had 3 people. It was Caleb Morse, Renee Girard, your host.
I'm happy
and
you
then-
remembered that one.
And then somebody was sitting in the corner. And it was Big a Bet of Diamonds Filless. Grant Galatas, who was like, hey, I'm just going to come in and sit. I just want to watch the show. But he was already a part of the crew.
You can't understand how appropriate that was because for my entire school career, starting from first grade, I was in the corner.
You were in the corner.
That's
Yeah.
back when you used to wear a white hat.
Oh yeah, exactly. When I had hair. Yeah. So I've always been in the corner. But no, the first show that actually introduced me to Caleb's wardrobe. I remember that blue. It almost looked like a Hawaiian shirt.
It was a Hawaiian
It was a Hawaiian
Yeah.
shirt with Uzis on it.
Yeah, correct. And that pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
True to form.
That's
True
right.
to form. Okay, so Grant, I'm curious because you actually started out with an old fashioned.
Yes, I showed up a little late thanks to someone I'm married to. No.
She said it was your fault.
That's correct. That would be me. But yeah, I tried the 1792 and anything that's butterscotch and caramel. If you can put a little bit of sweetness to that. I know Burley is so against the sweet, but I love that the 1792. Every offering by those folks. I didn't know that they had a previous name.
Yep.
Ridgemont.
Ridgemont Reserve.
That's fantastic. Whatever they put out, though, I'm a big fan.
And it was Ridgemont Reserve 1792. When you go look up bottles, that's the pictures you'll find, right? But they officially just renamed it 1792, branded it that way. And I tell you what, one of the interesting things is when you come here to Mr. Lester's, you're about to get a well offering that is 1792 small batch. That is what they are
That's
actually moving
ridiculous.
towards. So if you order an old fashioned, it's going to be a 1792 old fashioned. Now it's the small batch, so it's a lower proof. But I mean, that's what you get in a fine
Do
restaurant.
they have an offering that's lower proof? Because every
Oh, yeah.
bottle
Yeah,
that
they
I
do.
have
Yeah.
on my shelf
Yep.
is 124 and above.
Yep, they absolutely do have a lower offering.
I'm
Yep.
sorry. Pardon me. Renee wants the mic.
Yeah.
The 1792 is the well offering here at Mr. Lester's.
It is.
That-
Yep.
That
It is
that just goes to show you the status of this restaurant.
Chef just dropped a bomb on Implicit Bias Radio. Chef Willie Gaspard, who is the executive chef here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. He's the food and beverage director here at Cypress Bayou Casino. So
Which bottle is that?
that is the ancient cask, the Immaculata, and that is going to be the featured whiskeys in December for those who want to come down here. It's going to be codename Santa Claus is coming to town. It's going to be very old St. Nick. We can move the bottle over there because I'm not letting the crew get into that because Garrett's
Keep
pouring
it
that.
away from me.
Garrett is pouring that in the final segment. So, Burley, you want to chime in for a
I
second?
saw Willie walking in with the bottle, and I noticed that double layer, label. I've only had
Cut
a
him off
drink and a
already.
half.
Cut him off.
I've noticed that double layer
Label.
Label.
I said it again. I'm a very old Saint Nick fan, and
Oh,
I knew
yes.
exactly what that was.
Oh,
that
yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
is.
wait to get some of that.
It is amazing.
Where's
that's the
Drunko now?
Oh,
That's the perfect follow-up to 1792. It really is. Because
is.
as we go into the fall season, the flavors, everything else you get at the 1792, this is perfect for right
Well, I
now.
mean,
as we
we're
go through
going to have to say
Thanksgiving.
this the right way.
with
Very old
Christmas.
St. Nick. Ho,
Ho, ho. I
Yes.
mean, for December, what else would be appropriate?
That's why it's
You
very
know.
old St. Nick.
Oh, my
Code
God.
name Santa Claus is coming to town. All right, let's go back to what we were going to talk about in this segment. We'll get food out here in just a minute, which is going to be tons of fun because the menu is delicious, which you'll see in just a second. We have got to chime in because I didn't initially have it in the list of topics, and Caleb said, man, I'm so surprised it didn't come
I
up.
was very surprised.
But I actually had it in the rundown because we were going to see what happened with the election.
I mean, he only sent like 37 topics for us.
Yeah, but 6 of them were all the same thing.
Yeah.
This is maybe the big one politically of this week. And it is the elections from New York and the elections really from all over the country from Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Anybody surprised?
Yes.
I'm
I'm kind of surprised about it because, I mean, of course, the different medias were pushing all the Democrat candidates. I watched Fox News, and they were pumping the Republican candidates, and I thought they would have made a better showing. You know, California has their redistricting thing going.
They're pushing for that right now hard.
Well, they voted it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're
it's
gonna
done.
do
zero-
five more Democrat districts. The Republican governor of Virginia
Is
who
out.
she was a lieutenant governor, and they were touting that she
And
was
she was
running
very
strong.
promising, very
Yes,
promising,
and a military vet.
Yep.
I was very impressed with her speeches and what she was
Articulate.
planning. Very much so. and they just dropped the ball on it.
Okay, so Renee says they dropped the ball. Grant is reaching for the mic while he gets that. Caleb, your thoughts.
I don't necessarily think it's they dropped the ball. I think that people are voting based off of everything but logic. You know, especially in New York, people don't understand that when they hear free, it has a cost. Everything has a cost. Just because your parents raised you a certain way and you didn't pay for it, your parents paid the price. And they paid the price not just with dollars, but with blood, sweat, and tears. And oftentimes, the second generation, they reap the benefits and don't know the cost. They don't know the weight of what it, and in 3 generations is gone. I see you, hold on. But it's our job as responsible parents, it's our job as responsible mentors to make sure that the next generation has it better, but they understand what it took to get them there.
Yeah.
And I think that we haven't relayed that properly.
Okay.
And I think New York's going to find out very soon.
Grant?
What you have with this election is a lot of very blue states.
Okay, so ring the bell because that was one of the things.
Look, this is one that Chitterelli in New Jersey. Okay, closing the gap up into like 20 years since there's been a Republican governor in New Jersey. So you got a lot of not necessarily deep blue, but a lot of blue states. I don't think we were expected to win a lot of these. Okay, so this was really not a big surprise. I mean,
I don't think it was 20 years.
Okay, so hold
Well,
on.
it's some time.
Christie was a Republican governor of New Jersey.
If you call him a Republican.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he had an R behind his name.
He did. So
know.
hold on. So first of all, I think Grant, number one, you're onto something here. This is my shock face that what we saw is what we saw. Because the elections mainly happened in notoriously deep blue areas. Correct. I mean, to think that you were going to get a massive change in those areas might have been a little overly optimistic. That's number one. Did you have a second takeaway, Grant, before I go to mine?
hold on.
Well, it's not even a massive change.
Virginia had a Republican governor
Again,
that was termed.
again,
He was termed out.
Again, Virginia has been historically blue. The
Yeah.
Republican governor's the anomaly, and that's the point. Now, here's the big point. The point is, ring the bell. Thank you very much, New York City. Thank you, New York City. And here's why. Because you're about to FA and FO. You picked a guy that is going to re-elect in the midterms in 26 a bunch of red people with red behind their name. You picked a guy that is going to lay this demonstration out there for everybody to see, because literally all that those candidates are going to have to do is point to New York and go, you want that? That's all they're going to have to do. And here's the really big takeaway. For people to think that New York would never do this, right? I want you to do me a favor, because I did this. Go try and rent a hotel room in New York City Sunday night through Thursday night and look at the rate.
Where's Willie? He'll tell us what it was.
He can tell us what it was. It's obscene. Then go look at a rate for a Friday and Saturday night in New York City. It plummets through the floor. You know why? Because nobody freaking lives there. It's a bunch of fly-ins and fly-outs, and the people who live there are only the people who want
New York's
handouts,
population
right?
has been on a decline since 1964.
The people in the suburbs don't get to vote on the mayor of New York City. It's New Orleans all over again. That's what it is. The people who live within the city limits, the people who live in the suburbs were not the ones who would have voted a guy like this in. And I firmly believe that that is the case. That, man, thank you, New York City, because you're about to find out.
It's so funny because Mamdani is publicly announces he's a democratic socialist. Okay, socialism has had its chance on many continents. Yesterday, they described the experiment on so many continents and so many societies, and it has failed every
single time.
Okay, now what you have, what
But
they
he'll
were
do it
saying-
different.
No, look, state-run grocery stores.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
He said,
that's
look, he said
hysterically
again, free bus fare.
Well, the three main things he ran on.
Free childcare.
The 3 things he ran on were a market cap on rent, and they'll just legislate
Defund
that.
the police.
Wait, no, that wasn't one of the things he ran on. He said he would do it, but it wasn't
Yeah,
a
he's
pillar.
keeping that quiet.
Then it was faster and free buses, and then what was the third one? I can't remember what it was, but it was a cap on rent.
Cut the police.
No, it was another one of his pillars. I will remember it later. But I mean, all these things have a massive. How are you going to
Okay,
get a
but look.
faster bus that's free?
But look, Caleb, It's been tried.
Wait, we got a minute? Okay, hold on.
Socialism has been
Hold
tried,
on.
and it has failed.
We got
every
to do
time.
this. We got to do this because we are about to taste the truffle cream and crab cheese tortellini.
I don't want to.
Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I got that right because it might not be crab cheese. It might be cream cheese. I just got to make sure I read that right.
It looks amazing. If I try that, I'm spoiled.
Yes, it is a truffle
cheese.
cream,
Truffle
truffle cream, and crab cheese tortellini as an appetizer. Here at
Black
Mr.
truffle
Lester's.
or white truffle? Black truffle.
Black truffle. And you know what they say?
Yeah.
You know what they say, Caleb? You can't go back on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. Final segment of hour 1 of Implicit Bias Radio rolls on as Caleb Morse sits there. He's about to smother himself in pipe smoke.
I'm enjoying this. It's rolling now. It's hitting just right. Oh, man.
We've got Big Abetta Diamonds Fillesse, K&B, Grant Galatas out of New Orleans from William S. Nacall Jewelers, Burley Short Pour Pellerin from Zydeco Ride and Shine and Cajun Car Wash. And you know what I enjoy, Caleb? I am really, really enjoying the appetizer tonight at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, which is the truffle cream crab and cheese tortellini. Oh my goodness, is this fantastic.
What blew my mind was the flavoring of the crab and how it kind of just melted in your mouth when you ate it. It went really, really well with that truffle and the
Yes.
cheese. And,
And it's so funny because Kavan actually looked at Chef Willie and said, "Did you hand roll all these tortellini?" They're like the balloon size.
You have to ask.
But it's a good question because I can actually see Chef Willie sitting back there at like 2 a.m. going,
He's back there and he's like, more finger, less palm. More
rolling the
finger,
tortellini.
less palm.
"Leave me alone. I'm rolling the tortellini."
Look, anytime you have an appetizer and you're thinking, I want a full plate of this.
Yes.
It's outstanding.
It is absurd.
And right now he just hit a home run with the appetizer.
Oh
so
my goodness. That appetizer, it's a special. So I don't know that it's always available, but man, it should be on the menu every single
It should
night.
be
It is
in my
fantastic.
belly.
I love
Get
it.
in my belly.
Short pour going full fat bastard from Austin Powers. Yes. Grant, you please tell me you knew the reference. I want the baby back, baby back. Actually, see, and the sad part is, the part of that I remember is, I got a turtle head poking out.
it was
It's
just
getting
a-
all squishy, making me emotional.
He'd
Yeah.
be a good one to have on the show. Oh, Michael Myers, he'd be a good one on there.
Yeah, not that Mike Myers. The fun Mike Myers would be the one with the mask.
It was just a
Yeah.
little different seeing it coming from 6'4" over here, Burley, who's in relatively good shape. You know?
Okay, so we have to wrap up the segment from last segment or the conversation from last segment because we were talking the whole New York elections, Mamdini Miani or whatever the heck his name
Young
is.
Cardamom. That's what we're calling it.
Okay, Young Cardamom.
That's
I
the
like
name.
that.
That's
Grant,
the name.
What surprised me, though, I don't know if you saw the debate where, what was her name, Spanberger?
no, Spanberger I don't think was New York.
No,
That works, though. We'll
in,
use
in
that.
Virginia, when
Okay.
when she was asked if she was going to endorse Jay Jones, the Attorney General slot.
Well, so, okay, before you start that,
Yes.
I'm going to explain to everyone who's out there listening and watching, there is now no denying that Democrats support the murder of their opponents because they have now
Absolutely.
elected someone who in text messages repeatedly said he wanted to murder Republicans and their children.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Please
we were
don't
going
believe
there.
us on
I
this.
thought we were going to the Antonio Gates thing. So I
We're,
didn't mean,
we're,
I
we're
mean
going to
jump
that.
the
We're
gun.
going to that in a minute. No,
Okay.
but that's where you were going with the Virginia thing.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
which tells you it's never about the issues. It's so divided upon party lines that they don't care that one of their nominees said he wanted to kill an opponent's children.
Yes.
with
Well,
several
that's the
bullets to
problem.
the head.
Yes.
That's the problem. Is people don't want to argue the problem.
That's
they want to
correct.
yell at one another.
But it's so divisive that they would not take this into consideration, considering the character of the person that they're going to put into office. And Jay Jones won that election.
Yep.
He is now the top
The highest ranking law
enforcement official
Yep.
in Virginia. And when Spanberger was in her debate with Earl Sears was saying, "Do you really endorse this guy?" And she stood at her microphone and refused to even acknowledge her presence.
Yep. So look,
This has nothing to do with the issues. This is so divisive along party lines that nobody wants to speak their actual opinion.
now there is, as we go to Burley, now there is no offsetting the fact that Democrats are desirous of the murder of their political opponents. Period. You voted for him.
Well, these Democrats are.
In doing the research with the stories and the topics that we had tonight, I came across this. After a pretty lengthy editorial, if you will, at the end of it, this particular guy says the truth is that the West, talking about the United States
Correct.
primarily, is not losing for lack of resources or economic vision, but because of an identity crisis. While other peoples defend their cultures, the West seems intent on dissolving its own in the name of inclusivity.
Ring the bell. That is
Yeah, and that was
Ring the bell because
that sums it up.
that sums it up. For this to take place at this particular juncture, in that particular city,
Did you just say at this juncture? Yeah.
well, and that's they want
great one, ring the bell again.
they want this to have the illusion of fairness. They don't want people to be better.
I don't even think it's about fairness. It's this whole inclusivity
Well, that's
model.
where
This particular guy goes. It's a great article. I'll send it to you all, or you probably all have the same access to what I found. But it was a lot to read.
Well,
and
that goes
I found
with
that, and
the
that
illusion
stuck
of
with
fair.
Yeah.
me.
That
That
goes to
stuck
that
with
illusion
me.
of fair. Is it fair that how tall are you, Renee? Sorry, Burley.
Bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
How tall are you, Burley? You're
6'2".
6'2". Is it fair that you're 6'2"? I'm just shy of 6 foot.
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. Come on. Come on.
5'3".
Come on.
Is it fair? The average height of an American should be 5'8".
In cowboy boots.
And if we
5'3".
dissolve
With
our
lips.
height,
With lips.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
they should cut us off at the ankles.
Right.
Right. So is it fair that we're born this way? Fair doesn't exist, and these people want there to be an even playing field. There's no such thing as an even playing field.
This is a
No such
great
thing.
This is a great segue to all the people who bought YouTube TV,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
who bought all these different sources of television, and in the last week, let's just say, what would the term be? I think it would be unlubricated from Disney and ESPN.
It's crazy that we were actually involved in their negotiations. Every Saturday morning, I wake up and I turn on game day. And
Okay.
This past Saturday, I turned it on and there was no game day. And it's just a little disclaimer. YouTube TV did not participate in or did not agree to pay a fair price to stay on air. So you will no longer be getting it or any Disney affiliated channels.
Well, fair, because ESPN, which is a
Disney-owned
company,
property.
Right, yeah.
has always
all the
been
channels
over
associated.
market value. It has always been above market value on other networks.
And let me, do y'all know how much money ESPN was making? So ESPN.
2 commas,
Oh no, way more than 2 commas.
3 commas.
So let me walk you through what this looked like. So I'm going to go back. Now this is a few years ago, but ESPN was taking in $4 billion a year just from subscription fees. That's before they sold Ad One. So for those who don't know how the model works out there, ESPN sells its content to DirecTV, if you're in Lafayette, to LUS Fiber, to YouTube TV, to all these different companies, right? They sell it based upon a per subscriber fee for it to be part of a certain package. So if you get the base package and you only get ESPN and ESPN2, you pay a certain fee. If you get ESPN News and ESPN Plus, well, not ESPN Plus because that's the streaming service, right? But basically, whatever package you got of ESPN came with a certain subscription fee per household. So when you paid your cable bill or you pay your YouTube or your streaming bill or your Sling bill or whatever, you're paying a large percentage of that to pay for ESPN. And they were the largest portion of every single subscription in the country. Then they double dipped. Then they went out and sold ads because the people who were buying their content only got a certain amount of ad time to sell during that content.
So $4 billion before advertising.
$4 billion before advertising dollars.
What was that amount? Did they say?
I'll be honest, I don't even know what that
It had
amount
to be
is.
comparable.
Oh, it had to be another.
if not exceeding.
It was again billions of dollars. Had to be.
Wow.
So now what Disney was claiming was that YouTube TV and these other services that took them off didn't want to pay. You ready for this? Because we talked about this on the show. Market value pricing for their product.
What market value? They had 2 networks they compared to it, Hulu and
Hulu, I don't remember the other one, but Hulu's the big one.
who is it owned by?
ESPN, Disney. Yep. Disney owns Hulu.
Roku's the other one.
Roku was the other one. So literally what they were doing was they were saying, we are going to force you to pay more to benefit our subscription services.
And YouTube
On the
is
back
owned
end.
by who?
Google,
Which is big enough to tell Disney to F
take a
off.
hike. They have FU money. And that is the nature of this. So when you think, is it all rigged? Can you go back? Once you see this, you can't go back.
And then therein lies the problem because so many people cut the proverbial cord on cable
Okay?
went to the subscription services.
Caleb
And
doesn't.
so-
I mean, cable doesn't matter now. Caleb doesn't
and
matter
so,
either. But
and so now you have to have multiple subscriptions. So in terms of dollars saved in your household, it's not
okay,
there anymore.
okay, hold on. So look, my wife is a brilliant woman, except for the decision she made to marry me, which I don't understand.
Yeah, we
but
all
I'll
have
take it
lapses.
No,
because
no, thank
it's
you.
a
Ring
win,
the bell.
right? It's a win. It's a win for me anyway. So here's the big takeaway. We got to do this in a minute, and we're going to go over. The big takeaway is when you work for a big company, they never change the compensation plan to benefit the employee. So whenever they change the pricing, whenever they went from normal service cable to streaming and all the apps, they were never changing it to save you money. They were always changing it to stick it to you, as we said, unlubricated. We'll be back, hour 2. Always more fun, more weekly whiskey, more food here at Mr. Lester's Steakhouse at Cypress Bayou Casino, more of your implicit bias. Cheers. Hour 2 is always more fun on Implicit Bias Radio, especially when we are live at Mr. Lester's Steakhouse on the streaming side. So if you're listening on radio, man, you need to go follow us, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X. We always put out everything we're going to do right beforehand, so you would know when you can join us for a live stream. You can chime in. You can be like Kelly Broussard, Justin East, who's watching, asking us questions. You can do all those things with your Implicit Bias Radio. Now, hour 2, as I said, is always more fun. And I have to give credit where credit is due, because Burley Short Pour Pellerin, who is going after that plate like
Burley,
a
do you need a
starving man
fork?
eating his last
Hey,
meal,
that's disturbing.
Now you know why I had the plate.
he came up with the saying, hour 2 is always more fun because there's always more weekly whiskey. But hour 2 is also more fun because we got to start with the food. And this plate, which, oh my goodness. And when I actually read the offering on the menu, I was like, I'm going to be curious to see how this plays out. Chef Ryan has blown this out of the water. It is a skin-on snapper with a pesto couscous and fried shallots.
No, pesco orzo.
So it said couscous on the menu,
Well, he said orzo.
but it can be made, well,
Okay,
couscous
okay.
can be made with orzo
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of the whole point,
Walker, flip a coin. Flip a coin on your phone again.
right?
So the couscous would mean that he like cooked it down.
Correct.
And
Correct.
then used that to make the orzo.
Correct. It is a couscous.
Son of
and
a gun.
we're going to bring him in next segment with Renee. We're going to talk food and cigars, and we're going to do all that when Renee comes back.
I'm looking to slap somebody because of this right here. This is that good.
It is.
Well, when Chef
it's that
Ryan
good.
walks by, slap it on the bottom.
And by the way, it's with blistered tomatoes, which I didn't grab a
Yes.
tomato,
I didn't,
but I'm
I
gonna
didn't get
one
a
later.
tomato.
I
I think
ate them all.
Caleb ate them all, but
Yeah.
it was outstanding. You folks probably think we're making
No, we're not making this up.
this. You can't make this up.
No. And look, the fried shallot, when you
I'm
think fried
embarrassing
shallot,
myself on camera eating this right now. I know it's upside down.
It's so much.
It's still working.
It's delicious
That's
as
how
it
I
is.
like it.
It's delicious as it is. When you put that tomato on there, oh my god!
Well, I wouldn't know because you ate them all.
They were
but
amazing.
the acid brightens
It
it up.
was outstanding.
The acid, the sweetness gives you everything you
Yep.
need. This plate is so incredibly stupid good. I mean,
Stupid good.
Yeah.
It's a great
know what?
descriptor. Stupid good.
It is
Chef
goopy.
Ryan should do this with the tomato and blistered habanero.
Maybe you could use the
habanero.
pepper. Maybe you could use
A little
the pepper.
kick, because
Maybe the pepper and the couscous.
acid,
I don't know.
Now, look, it probably wouldn't be for everybody.
We'll talk to him
the
when
skin
would
on
not-
the skin
Yeah.
on
We'll
though
talk
adds
to him.
adds a unique touch to it because it adds a little extra texture to it. That's
we're gonna talk to Chef Ryan when he comes on. We're gonna let Ryan take care of the food and let Caleb stick to the guns, and that's
Yeah,
gonna be
well,
that.
you
That's
know.
right.
So we're
I need
gonna
to stay in my lane.
We're gonna wrap up hour 1 because we were talking about Disney and ESPN and the power play that they tried to execute with YouTube and with the other streaming services, and a couple of streaming services just said no. But the interesting part is where this takes us with ESPN. ESPN, when it was announced in the 80s, Grant, Burley, we remember this. We remember ESPN being a thing, and I was kind of like, I don't know how often I'll watch this.
Right.
Because, I mean, literally it was like the Ocho. You turn it on at like 10 o'clock at night, and it's like dodgeball from Des Moines, Iowa is being aired, and you're like, why? Who cares?
over the top announcers
Correct.
calling out stuff that you didn't get to see before because you were watching football and baseball.
But here's the thing. What ESPN aired was sport. Or we thought it was.
Until-
it stood for the Entertainment Sports Programming Network.
That's what it was. Not extreme.
Until
no, not extreme. No,
Oh.
that's the X Games.
until
Extreme.
they use the platform.
Well, hold on. No. I'm not even.
Am I getting
going.
ahead of there?
I'm
Am
not
I getting
even
too far ahead?
I'm not even going that route, because the route is we thought sport was sport.
Yeah. Oh, I get where you're going now.
So this is where Walker.
This is another
This
conversation.
is where Walker got all excited because when I sent out the stories, Walker went
Balls, balls.
I talk
They're
ball,
balls.
ball. I get excited ball, right? Because the reality is, what we're now finding out is that sport may not be as true to the sport as we think it is.
You mean people value the dollar more than the game?
People, they value being fixed.
They're
and
taking
rigged.
the idea of chance to a whole new level.
And we have another route we have to go here in just a minute. We're going to go there. We're going to wrap up this segment. So Walker, I need to know when we got about 7 minutes left in the segment. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Thank you. So let's go back to this. So the NBA, let's lay the groundwork for this. Please don't believe us on this. NBA players arrested, NBA coaches arrested for being involved with the old school 5 mafia families, the Bananos,
Gambinos.
the Gambinos, for fixing not just point shaving in NBA games, but for setting up rigged poker games, for all this stuff. And the very first thing that happened after that, the day after the arrests were made, Boomer Esiason, and I teased this on last week's show, Boomer Esiason, the first thing he says is, man, people need to go look at that Saints-Rams game for the NFC Championship and what the officials did there. And then this week, Dabo Sweeney called out officials in the last 48 hours, said these officials cannot be unaccountable for what they do. We need to start looking at the officials as well, because everybody's human. And this is what Dabo Sweeney basically said. Humans are humans. And if you think the officials can't potentially have a stake in this game, you're sadly mistaken. Let's remember, the first official to come out was a guy by the last name of Donahue in the NBA. He threatened to name names, and the NBA swept it under the rug. Not just point shaving, fixing games as an official. And now people are starting to look. Is the NFL rigged? Is the NBA rigged? Is Major League Baseball rigged? Is gambling involved? Didn't we just not 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, have the head coach of the Alabama baseball team get fired because he knew his starting Friday night pitcher was not going to play, called someone at a stadium 3 states away to have them wager $10,000 against Alabama? Please don't believe me on this. Look this up.
I'm a sports naturalist. And if you think of the biggest sporting event in our lifetime, and look, I was born in the 60s, okay? And if you go back to the most one-sided bet-on game ever in NFL history, it was the New York Jets with Willie Joe Namath as the quarterback against the Indianapolis Colts.
And let's talk about this.
And look, I went back and I saw some film from that game today, and the quarterback for the Colts threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns. They got inside the
4 or 5 interceptions.
I'm sorry, interceptions in the red zone.
So let me back this up and let's give the foundation for this. Bubba Smith publicly, because you have to lay that out before you lay out the interceptions. Bubba Smith.
Speaking of layout, Bubba Smith laid out somebody that night in a bar.
He did. But Bubba Smith laid out that he believed that Super Bowl III was rigged.
The most heavily favored Super Bowl on record.
Ever. And he said, our quarterback, we got into the red zone 5 times in the first half and came away with 0 points. It was either 3 or 0 points. But the point is, you have an NFL player, and he said, I think our quarterback had something on the game because his performance in that situation was that bad, and he had never done that before.
What year was this? Super Bowl III?
Oh, 60, yes, in the 60s.
This was the inception then of the NFL.
NFL
Correct.
versus AFL. And
The
NFC
story
versus the AFC.
The story at that time was that's how the NFL was created.
And Bubba Smith lays that out. He says without that win, the NFL isn't what it is because you don't have the AFL versus the NFL, which then turned into the AFC versus the NFC, which is how we today get the Super Bowl. The simple fact of the matter is, to think, much like with politics or anything else, that a $35 billion industry like the NFL doesn't have enough money for someone to try and control the outcomes is absolutely ignorant.
There is so much money on all of these games every weekend that you even look at Walker. Walker will be able to attest to this, that all of the gambling sites now. And you have these gambling sites where I've seen a couple of cases where somebody won $300,000 or $400,000, and the gambling site said,
We're not paying it.
We're not paying it.
Yep.
That's correct. MGM grand.
Yep.
Can I say that on there?
Yeah, well, they didn't pay it. I mean, somebody made
Correct.
a bet and then they went, oh, well, no, we're not paying
But it's so sad because for the sports purist, that is so bad that you can't watch a sporting event and think that there are things going on behind the scenes that make your cheering for your team and your support of a team matters nothing compared to the amount of dollars that are passing between hands
So
in
let's
these sporting events.
Let's think about this at an even higher level. For decades, the thought behind putting an NFL team in Vegas was absolutely not, because there's too much potential for corruption with gambling.
Yeah.
That was the thought for
Because of physically where it was going to be?
Yes.
Because of physically where it was going to be.
And now you
And
have
now-
a team in Vegas.
Good.
Okay, so I want to shift gears here because we are tasting of a new weekly whiskey, and this is exactly why you do whiskey the way that we should do whiskey, and this is why we do this show, because whiskey isn't just about what's in the bottle. It's not just about what's on the label. It's about who you drink it with. And the bottle that you see on the screen right now, and if you're listening on the radio side, this is a pick from Southside Cafe in Slidell, Louisiana. So for our New Orleans listeners, you know the location. It's been there forever.
Now it makes sense.
But this is a really special bottle, and we're going to let Big Abetta Diamonds Fillesse tell you why.
34 years ago, this year would be the 35th anniversary of Southside Cafe in Slidell, Louisiana. You're talking about a restaurant that went through Katrina.
Yep.
Took 3 or 4 feet of water through Katrina. Fought to get open so they could feed all of their workers and feed everybody involved. A week before opening, it burned down.
I forgot about that.
Yes, and they opened it back up. The restaurant is owned by my aunt and uncle, Sharon and Dan DeBlanc. Dan DeBlanc, captain in the Marines, helicopter pilot in Vietnam.
250th birthday.
Silver-
As an Army vet, 250's coming up from the Marine Corps here in just a few days.
Silver Star recipient.
And if you actually go into the restaurant, it is full of military memorabilia.
It's all military memorabilia.
I want to go already.
Great food. Look, this place it's an institution in Slidell. Hold on, I got that out.
Yeah, you did.
Good job.
In Slidell, they've compared it to Cheers because you walk into this place. I went on Sunday to pick up the bottle, sat down and had lunch with my aunt, and
Yep.
it was standing room only, 7 days a week. Like I said, it was their 35th anniversary this year. They went to Tennessee and did a barrel select at
Jack
Daniels.
And it's phenomenal. 98 proof, we said?
98 proof. Chris LeGrand is their managing business partner. Great guy. He's in South Dakota right now. They're shooting pheasants.
Good for them.
Okay.
That's a fun hunt.
Chris, I hope the birds are flying, and I hope y'all knocking them down shortly after. In July, before the bottles arrived, my Uncle Dan had a pulmonary hemorrhage, passed away that night. Military,
Very sudden.
very sudden, very unexpected. Military honors. They did a flyover for his celebration of life in Slidell. Chief of police showed up. 800, close to 1,000 people showed up for the event. The guy was I've never used the term pillar of the community, but this man was my uncle, and he was dearly beloved.
Oh, he was
within
absolutely a pillar of the community. I mean, my family's in Slidell, and my family knew him just because of Southside.
And what's so funny is that Uncle Dan, his managing partner Chris, who's shooting pheasants, lives directly across the street
from my mother.
from
Yes.
Kavan's mother. Small world.
Yep.
But I just thought, as I was sitting in the restaurant on Sunday sampling this, I thought the Slidell community came together. The restaurant, such a family event. When we do this stuff and we do the implicit bias stuff, this is our little family.
It is.
And the connection to your mother, to Chris, it's family to family. So I thought we would just sample this bottle. There was only 6 bottles left because when it came in after Dan passed, all the bottles were gone.
I'm sure.
My Aunt Sharon said, look, I got one for you. And Caleb said, there's nothing worse than having a bottle on the bar that you just don't want to
Yeah.
drink. So we crack it open tonight. And I can think of nothing better to celebrate his passing than to have a toast with you guys, from the Implicit Bias family
So-
to the Southside Cafe family in Slidell. And it's so good because Lafayette, just like Slidell, small town.
Yep.
Everybody knows everybody. There's a lot of connections. There's a lot of family. So Kavan, we've been friends a long time, but thank you for letting me do this, because from this family to the South Side family to all of those people. If you go to this restaurant, they compare it to Cheers because
It
you
is.
walk into the bar and it's just, I mean, it's standing room only 7 days a week.
So Grant, and is this actually available at the restaurant to buy pours? Do they have it there? I'm curious.
All the bottles are gone.
Okay, so
They did a
look,
lighter proof because Chris told me that they did a lighter proof because a lot of the guys at the bar, they love to mix it and they love to make old fashions out of it.
for the New Orleans family for Implicit Bias Radio. If you're listening in New Orleans, if you're watching out of the New Orleans area, just if you haven't been to Southside, you're missing something. And this is just a great opportunity to do exactly what we're supposed to do with whiskey, which is this. You're supposed to drink it with great people for great reasons and have great conversations about it. We will remember what little tastes we've had from this because the remainder of this goes back with you.
Yeah, Chantel said if we
but
touch
cheers.
the bottle after we pour, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I figured. It's okay.
But I knew Caleb would like this. Dan DeBlanc, he flew for Air America after Vietnam. Silver Star. They did a flyover for his celebration of life in Slidell. It was a fantastic event. But all military, great guy. Used to go spearfishing out at the rigs.
Yep.
He didn't fish at the rigs. He would go spearfishing. Rode bulls in high school and college. Motocross racer. Loved the outdoors.
Chances are,
Just like you stand up freaking guy.
well, he probably thought in his
you know,
youth that he was just an average Joe, and you never realize the impact you'll have on a community like he's out upon Slidell and his family.
Burley?
So,
See, this is the beauty of what we do.
This is the lucky of what we do. The blessed
This
of
is
what we do.
this is the absolute blessing of what we do. This whiskey tastes better than anything I've said,
It does.
anything I've had, because of what you've said. That's why it's important.
And that's the whole point.
That's
Implicit
that's
Bias
the
Radio.
point of what we do. I really think that's what we do. And
Raise your
cheers
glass.
to that.
So to Don DeBlanc, Grant Galatas,
Don
the
DeBlanc.
Galatai.
Absolutely.
Dan.
Dan DeBlanc.
Cheers. Dan.
Captain
Dan.
Dan.
Cheers. This is Implicit Bias Radio. Catch more right after this. We're passing food around in hour 2 of Implicit Bias Radio. If you're on the streaming side, it's live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. We've got Caleb Morse, the Rustic Renegade here. We've got Grant Galatas of William S. Call Jewelers, otherwise known as K&B, which is Kennebra. He's also known as Big a Bet of Diamonds for Less. We've got Louisiana's only certified master tobacconist in Renee Girard. We've also got on this week's show, Burley Short Pour Pellerin, one of the OG crew. And for this segment, we need kind of the man of the hour, which Chef Ryan Fitch, oh my goodness. I mean, you have outdone yourself through 3 courses, and I cannot wait to actually eat. Like, I've gotten to taste everything, but oh my goodness. So let's start with the appetizer. The appetizer was a truffle, cream, crab, cheese tortellini. Where did that idea come from, and why isn't that on the menu like every single night?
We have different things, and again, it just goes back to what have we done, what haven't we done, what would be fun to do. And then we just, the brain starts going. We start talking to each other, thinking ideas.
And look,
We haven't done a ravioli, tortellini, anything like that in a while. So we were like,
and what I loved about that was when I first looked at those first 2 dishes, I looked at them and went, I'm going to see how these play out. I don't know that these are my favorite things in the world, because that was the first dish. And then the second dish was a skin-on snapper over a pesto
orzo.
orzo. Okay, so it was orzo. It was not what was originally supposed to be a couscous, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it was just a pesto orzo, but then also with the blistered tomatoes.
Right.
Holy hell. I mean, these are the kind of dishes people can expect at Mr. Lester's, not just steak.
Right.
So how did you put those things together?
Just we try to think of not only what can we do here, but also, if it works good here, we advertise here, things that we can also do in the restaurant. And that's, we do snapper. It's just a different way of doing it. And this is where we get to have fun and play and see if
So we're the
if
guinea
it's
pigs.
something in a way.
I'll
Thank you.
take that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That pork with the Brussels sprout. Those two together.
That pork cooked for about 6 hours today.
Okay, so for those who want to know what this is a pork ossobuco,
Oh,
which
my
is a
God.
pork shank that is braised and then just cooked until it is fork tender. It has...
It's beyond.
So,
Renee says it's
when you
beyond
s-
fork tender as he tries to literally slurp it off the bone.
Yeah.
Then it comes with a roasted corn and red pepper grit cake and a
The
Brussels
texture.
sprout demi-glace.
the texture on that whatever cake,
The grit cake.
the
yeah.
grit cake, like is just it's just large enough pieces. It's phenomenal. But I'm telling you, when you have it, and y'all told me to try it all together.
And you don't like Brussels sprouts.
No, hell no. When you try the Brussels sprout with that pork, the flavors meld perfectly. Like I want to high five you right now. We need to embrace and a hug. That is astounding.
That is just such a beautiful dish. So what specials are you guys looking to run outside of the $17.92 specials that you're running all month? $5 pours of $17.92. Just come down and tell them you want the implicit bias pour at Mr. Lester Steakhouse.
All right. So this is a way for us, the team, to work on things, again, figure out timing, how they sell, people's, reaction to them. Again, yes, it takes a long time to do, but this is something that we could do. The snapper we could do.
So for those who maybe don't know, and yes, the snapper was it pan fried, deep fried?
Yes, pan fried.
Pan fried. Okay. That is, pan frying something is not that is overly complex for those who know how to cook like you and Chef Willie do. Chef Willie, who just got back from New York at a big cooking thing where he was honored and praised.
I think he got like a key or something. I don't know.
Dude, I thought they put him on a pedestal and people bowed down and women fed him grapes from above because of how well he cooks. But the ossobuco, you said it cooked for 6 hours. Walk us through the process of doing an ossobuco.
So that I brined overnight, and then took it out, dried it off, seasoned it, floured it, pan-seared it till it got nice golden brown. Took it out, do your vegetables, deglaze with red wine, tomato, demi-glace, get that going. Put it into a brazen pan, pour all the demi-glace and vegetables all on top, wrap it up with foil, and forget about it. About 250 for 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
Well, and the problem with pork is a lot of times whenever you do pork, people barbecue it long because it absorbs a lot of flavors.
Right.
This stands alone.
It does.
You still get the pork, you still get the tenderness, you still get the juices, you still get the individuality of the flavors.
And then pork and greens have always gone together. Mustard greens and ham hocks, Brussels, and this.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, so I'm curious because Renee's over there smoking a cigar. Renee was just a second ago about neck deep in that ossobuco. So Renee, I'm curious as to your enjoyment of this because you seem to enjoy it more than maybe you should have.
It took Ryan probably 2 weeks to make this thing because it's just so tender. You don't need a knife. It just breaks apart. And I hate Brussels sprouts, but those things are awesome. I'm not a Brussels sprout fan.
Crispy enough on the outer edge.
Yeah, well, it doesn't taste like Brussels sprouts.
Look.
But the pork is just so tender. The corn, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait till after the show's done to where we get to eat. We don't get to sample, we get to eat.
Yeah.
This stuff is just awesome.
Okay, so what's really fun is that everybody here on the show, and if you follow the show, we are getting ready for Winter Implicit Dinner, November 15th.
Snap.
Here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, where Mr. Lester's covers your food, your drink, and your hotel for the night of November 15th. It is a Saturday, so people get to partake, enjoy, and sleep in. We gave you the instructions of how to enter. Here are your winners. Jeremy Cooper is the winner from the Rustic Renegade. Jeremy, we're going to be reaching out to you. You shot the range, you qualified, and thank whoever it was that actually beat Caleb Morris because someone
I got
beat
beaten.
Caleb.
I did.
I'm scared of him.
Yeah, me too. But somebody beat Caleb on the digital range and decided that they couldn't make it, so they had us give them away. So Jeremy Cooper, you are one. Stuart Amadon, you are our winner at Benny's in Opelousas. Congratulations to you. We'll be reaching out to you as well, phone and email. Madeline Pillar, you are our winner from Ambassador Wine and Spirits.
I like that women win too. I really do.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic because Madeline will be contacting you. Matthew Reed, Champagne's Abbeville winner, you will be joining us here, Mr. Lester Steakhouse, on November 15th. Let's keep going. Chris Kimmel, Champagne's Karen Crow. We love all the entries that we had at all of our Implicit Bias Liquor Collective locations. Chris Kimmel will be contacting you to attend from Champagne's Karen Crow. Michael Blackwell is our winner from Gambino's Bakery. Michael, you are the winner from Gambino's. Sebastian Martin, you are our winner from Lafayette Power Sports. We're looking forward to talking to you and meeting you, sharing whiskey with you here at Mr. Lester's. Amanda Fontenot. So you like one, we got two ladies who
good,
are winners.
very good.
Amanda Fontenot, you are our winner at Nunu's from Maurice. And Hunter Taro, you are our winner from Nunu's Young's.
Taro.
Yep,
Okay. All right. Not Terrio. Taro.
correct, Taro. So congratulations to our winners, Amanda Fontenot, Hunter Taro,
There's many more.
Chris Kimmel, Matthew Reed, Madeline Pillar, Jeremy Cooper, Stuart Amadon, Michael Blackwell, and Sebastian Martin. Congratulations to all of our winners. Looking forward to having them and hosting them here at Mr. Lester's for Winner Implicit Dinner. Chef, I know you guys are going to have some special stuff cooked up for that. My guess is you probably don't even have any ideas right now because I know they're just cooking around in your head. And I see you nodding your head over there as Renee's hogging the mic.
Yeah, we're still working on it. We got about half of what we're doing figured out.
Can you give us a
Two-thirds.
hint? Can you give us a hint? No hints? Wow.
That's what makes it fun to come in, so that way
It is.
It's not.
I love the surprise of it. I
Oh,
really
the
do.
surprise of it is fantastic.
that makes it part of the.
We are looking forward to having you here with us for Winner Implicit Dinner. We're going to come back and start bringing you some more of the stories you're not going to get in the other mainstream media or anywhere else. Why? Because it's your implicit bias. You'll never go back. What, somebody calling my name? I don't know what they're calling my name about now, and we are jumping into a new segment.
You're just infamous.
Oh, okay. We have the winner from Piper's Haven. Well, then bring it
Yeah,
over.
I just
here,
thought
please.
that. I just
Oh,
thought
we're gonna
that-
find it. No, we're
I
gonna
just
find
thought that I was excluded.
No, we didn't exclude
You know,
you
I'm,
because.
I'm the redheaded stepchild.
Oh, stop! You are
Well,
not a redheaded.
You're not
stepchild.
red.
I
You're the
don't have-
white. You're the white bearded step.
Yeah, because I don't have red hair. I don't have any hair. But
It's like
you know.
20% up there.
well, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so-
I do have more
okay,
than you do.
So,
It
so,
just doesn't look better than mine.
so let's do this. Here's what we're gonna do. We are
Because
gonna
yours is slick back.
go into the story that we are intended to go
full-on
into.
slick.
Oh, okay. Just cut their microphone off. We're gonna go into the story that we are intended to go into, and then we're gonna do Renee's winner because that is on us. We have your winner, Renee. We picked your winner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, we did.
Yeah. Oh,
Elizabeth just didn't hand me the page to read it, and I'm like,
Don't blame that on your wife.
blaming your wife.
Look,
No.
I am-
Mrs. Implicit Bias is perfect.
The pages
and
stuck
you're
together.
blaming her.
I
The
am
pages stuck together.
I am full on Ron Burgundy. If it's in the teleprompter or on the page in front of me, I will read it. So go yourself, San Diego. No, I'm kidding. All right. So let's
Line of the night.
speaking of the media, let's talk about how disingenuous they are. And once you see that, how you cannot go back. So this recently came to me because I always wondered, because I'm one of those guys who will sit down and watch an entire speech. I'm one of those guys who will sit down and look for everything that someone says. I have been sent to cover political candidates and walked out after 20 minutes, and my news director called me and said, "What's the story?" I said, "No idea," because that person spoke for 20 minutes and didn't say a damn thing. What some people in the media will do, however, is make stuff up.
No.
Yes.
Aghast.
Harumph. Anyway, hey, I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
It's not a harumph.
No,
That's not a harumph
so
moment.
we're gonna play a segment for you that is an edited speech by the BBC. So you wonder why people think November 6th was this horrific thing that was instigated by a sitting president.
Well, inquiring minds want to know what BBC.
The British Broadcasting Company.
All right.
Thank you. So the BBC edited
You
this.
did not go there.
And we're going to play you first of all,
You have to ask.
the segment from the BBC, and then we're going to play you the actual segment of the video. They are back to back. So Tug, we're ready? Listen up and watch for those on the streaming side.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
That's the actual comment.
Very different. Very
Right?
different.
Even though he does say we're going to fight like hell later,
Yes.
it takes the complete context out.
So they edited that video to put that together, so it was all fictitious.
See,
he
even-
said the words, but not in that order.
Not in that order or context. See, even Drunkle knows. Even Drunkle gets it.
No, Grant's over there.
Burley, I mean, this is right up our political alley where we see media grossly, disingenuously edit video to make a headline that didn't happen.
The problem is if you actually follow this and study this, and again, part of the problem and or part of the benefit that we have is that we can look into it, right? In following this particular story, several people, too countless to be able to, in the threads, too many to count, said, I saw the speech. The problem is millions of us did not see the speech, but millions more saw the snippets. That's the problem. Millions saw the snippet, and the
Correct.
snippet was created. The
Manufactured.
was manufactured. And with the technology today, it's abhorrent that you're presenting something as true and viable when it's not. And you can almost not find and verify
The full speech.
the full speech.
I'm going to take it a step farther. It is not abhorrent. It is criminal, in
Well,
my opinion,
what-
to edit a speech. And I don't mean civilly criminal. I mean criminal.
Because
Criminal, that
if
makes
you
sense.
watch the video from what was presented by the BBC, it's almost seamless. But it's not a picture of him. It kicks off to other pictures.
So let me explain.
Am I right?
Let-
I didn't see it just then.
Let me
but-
explain how they do that. So if you try to edit audio of someone talking, you're going to get what's called a jump cut,
Yes.
where it doesn't make sense visually. You can actually see the visual edit. So what they do is
They add
put,
other
they
stuff.
put video of something else called B-roll over the jump cut. So you hear the audio, but you don't see that it has been edited gratuitously.
So much of the research that I've done in the last couple of days about this has been where people have said, I saw the video and I know what was actually said. And people are saying, I'm looking at it now. And how can you say that? So the people who are naysaying or negatively implying that something was wrong, case in point with the video presented here, they're saying that that's the fact, that's the truth. And what we've seen with our eyes in real time,
Yep.
in real data, real time is gone. Essentially is gone.
And what they're going for is the truth is irrelevant.
It is
It's
irrelevant.
what do people believe?
And what the platform is and what then kicks off the story and whatnot. Because at the time, were you interested in the January 6th? Were you that interested in it? Honestly.
at all.
Were
Not
you?
at all. No.
No. I've been 20 feet from President Trump on numerous speeches whenever we were doing the rallies. So this was another rally for him. Okay? And I've been there.
And here's the really crazy part. If you think about what has been called the Mandela effect, where literally they have gone back and said, what you think happened did not happen. That's all this is. They are literally rewriting history in real time
Because they have the platform.
because they have the ability for something like this to be out there. And once it's out there, you can't, for theme of the show, you can't take it back.
You can't.
What's even more wild, and I'm gonna kind of shift subjects a little bit, and we didn't talk about this. Have you looked at the increase of the Mandela effect since they've done the proton accelerator?
The Hadron Collider
Yes.
at CERN.
Yes.
Yeah, the proton accelerator. No, that is I believe that's from a science fiction movie.
Yeah, well,
I was going to say.
the Hadron,
the
the
Hadron,
Hadron
yeah.
particle
He had me stumped
accelerator.
for a second.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wait a minute.
So look at the increase of the Mandela effect since the Hadron
Collider,
Collider
the particle collider. Yes.
and what we've done since then. And then you start looking at it, you're like, well,
Flux capacitor, as it
yeah,
were.
yeah, 77, 88 miles an hour.
Parse.
Yeah.
Blase.
So then you start looking at it and you're like, well, okay, did I really hear this? Did I really see this? Was this manufactured? Or is this, an air quote, I hate that crap, alternate reality? Because the things that we're being force fed, the things that we're being shown and told, most of it's not real.
No.
So speaking of alternate reality, because I've got to touch on this while it's here, while Renee gets the microphone. What we are tasting now is a limoncello
Oh
mascarpone
my
cake
God.
with strawberries.
Warm
oh my
strawberries.
goodness, yes, and
The temperature differential
is fantastic.
it's stupid.
I'm going to actually eat the flour because if it's on the plate, you
It's
can
edible,
eat it.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to eat the flour if none of you boys are brave enough to.
It's not the
No,
first time
I-
you've eaten the flour.
I was
brother.
going to, but there was so
Absolutely
much
not,
there.
brother.
Get the strawberry with
You know,
the warmth.
the problem with now we have AI, the entire speech can be created.
Almost.
And we don't know.
Almost.
No, not almost. It can
Well, okay,
be.
so-
AI can generate the video and audio.
So it can, but
Your
but
face tells a story.
AI is not perfect at it for what is available to
yeah,
the,
but
for what is
it's
available
good
to
enough.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good enough
For what-
that
well,
people would
commercially
believe that.
available.
Hold on.
Commercially
For what is
available.
available to the public, it is not good enough yet. But notice I said what is
Pass it to
available
Grant.
to the public. Because
I mean,
what is
people
available
would
to
believe that.
everyone is not necessarily what's available
Un
to the
momento.
select few. We get in the 1 minute finger walker, and this is the penultimate segment, isn't it?
Sir.
All right, so yeah, and I know we're a little bit later than normal, but it's because we started a half hour later than normal.
Yeah.
So for those who are sticking up with us on the live stream, we appreciate you hanging with us. We're gonna have one more segment. We're gonna come back. We've got one more fun story. We're gonna talk cigars with Renee, and we are going to absolutely dive back into your implicit bias. Cheers. Final segment on the radio side of this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. The crew is all OG, and they are here. We've got Short Pour Pellerin, who, of course, has complained the entire show that he hasn't had enough whiskey, and listen to him talk. He's had plenty. We've got, the OG K&B, who does Big a Bet of Diamonds for less. And that is Grant Galatas from William S. Called Jewelers, who obviously is feeling no pain either. And I'm sorry, I'm laughing because if you can see him on the video side, that was worth the
He's
laugh.
doing the Oompa Loompa dance.
We've got Louisiana's only certified master tobacconist, Renee Girard, and we're going to talk cigars in just a minute. Of course, we've got the co-host, Caleb Morse of the Rustic Renegade. Actually, he is the Rustic Renegade. I'm Kevon Bordelon, and I'm sorry for that. All right.
Where's your nickname?
They used to call me Whiskey Man, but I mean, it just, there's nothing that really
never
fits.
fit. That never
I don't
fit.
know. I mean,
I swear, you're still my lucky charm. I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay,
If
that's
that jacket,
fine.
hey,
That's
if that
fine.
jacket was green tonight,
Oh,
he'd
my God.
definitely.
I
be-
need to get one for St. Patrick's Day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe I could be the mascot for Notre Dame for a day.
Absolutely.
No, I just,
We'll
I'm
get
not-
him a.
You
we'll get
check
him a
off all
top
the
hat.
boxes.
I'm not wearing the
We'll,
stupid
we'll get him a
beard.
top hat.
I'm not wearing the stupid beard.
I'm sorry, not a top hat.
Oh, I'll
a,
take the top hat and be the Monopoly
No,
man.
a what?
Is it a bowler? Yeah, it's
a
It's a
bowler?
bowler.
bowler,
That's
yeah.
what the hat's called.
Yeah.
It's a bowler.
or a fedora.
A fedora. A fedora
Yeah,
would work.
fedora.
No.
Okay.
Bowler.
So look, I have a very important announcement to make, and it's this.
That's
It's
for
a-
the Fighting
Oh,
Irish. though.
okay.
That's
I
why
wanna
I
hear
said
this.
the mascot of Notre Dame.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I
Like
heard
I
you,
said,
but
he's had
he's
enough.
talking about it. All
That
right.
was 6'4". He's 6'3".
So So Mark Rougeau is our winner from Piper's Haven for winner implicit dinner. We're going
Way
to
to go,
contact
Mark.
Mark. Congratulations, Mark. And Claudia Benoit is the winner from William S. Call Jewelers.
Wait, that's three females?
Yeah.
Hell
Nice.
yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Nice.
We love our female
Well
listeners
done.
on Implicit Bias Radio. Absolutely.
We
Thank
love
you.
whiskey drinking women.
Yes. Some of us more than others.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bring it on, girls. Come on. Come on.
Just
Come
cut him off
on.
now. Cut him off
Winner-
now.
winner
Cut him off
implicit
now.
dinner.
Winner,
All right. Let's,
winner, implicit dinner takes on a whole new meaning.
As Renee steals the microphone.
and look, never
I had
before
to pull it away from him.
Never
He was
before
going
have I been
overboard.
so happy that Renee just grabbed the microphone from someone.
He was going overboard.
Yes.
yeah, good,
Okay.
good job, sir. Good job.
So
Salute.
Renee, we need to talk cigars because first of all, you brought me a cigar, which I'm going to actually dive into right after dinner because I do want to eat before I partake of this cigar. I'll have some whiskey with that. And I appreciate that from you.
You call me the proof princess.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Oh, when it
you're
comes to
worse than
cigars,
that.
I'm terrible.
You're worse than that.
I'll be
business.
absolutely. I am a woman when it comes to cigars, right? Absolutely.
But I brought you a light one.
I
brought
appreciate
you.
that.
I brought you one of the Perdomo Legacy Connecticut's.
Thank you.
I'm
cigar.
smoking the NSG, the Nicaraguan Sun Grown, which we had talked about last
Yes.
week. It's a great cigar, and with the whiskeys we had tonight, it's just phenomenal. I mean, with the 1792s, even the Jack Daniels that Grant brought, I had some Wellers also. It's matched with all of them.
Wait,
it's a great.
have I bought those yet from you?
No, probably not.
Friday. I will.
Well, yeah, you bought the Arturo Fuente Rare Pinks that
I love those
it's
rare pinks.
October.
Okay, so
Arturo
I
always
have
does
to ask
the rare
this.
pinks.
Do the rare pinks look like the pink bubblegum cigars that
No.
were given out?
No,
like
but the
when-
boxes are all pink.
The
They
box
do
is
it.
all pink.
They
It
do
says-
it every October for
It says
breast
1960 reserve. or something.
1960.
Yeah.
Right. But all the boxes in October, on the Rare Pink series, they do it for breast cancer awareness.
Awareness.
And they do about 6 different sizes, and we still have some left. They ship all the big Fuente accounts. They ship Rare Pinks to.
The
and
box-
we got a Jihugas.
The box.
Yeah, Jihugas.
Yeah, the box I bought from you, the Queen.
The Queen of Hearts.
Is,
Are you still happy that he took the money
Yeah.
at this point?
the Queen of Hearts size to me is just perfect.
Yeah, I mean they do it in most of the Hemingway sizes.
Yeah.
They do the short story, the signature, the Queen of Hearts. There's also one we didn't get this year. I don't know why. Called the Happy Hooker, which is kind of weird, but
That's kind of offensive. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's Carlitos. That's the name of Carlitos' fishing boat. Is
Well,
the Happy Hooker?
It was also the name of a book in like 1950s and 60s.
Yeah.
That
I
was
love
an
that-
expose of that lifestyle.
I love that
those
you knew
were-
that.
his-
That's really
his-
good for you.
Yeah, Kavan would know that.
No, but look, so the first Rare Pink I had was from you. A buddy of mine bought some. I don't remember which one it was, and it blew my mind. With
It's like the Hemingway series that they make all the time. They just tweak the blends. The wrappers are different. They tweak the fillers a little bit. It's a different smoke than the Hemingways, but they're great. It's a great smoke,
it's
and
a
it's
really
a one
great-
and done.
Yep.
It's when we get the shipment in October, no more until next October.
It's a great medium body, medium flavor, a clean, crisp finish.
Yeah.
Just very, very
Great
well done.
cigar.
Yeah.
So Renee, you are also the kind of the de facto certified master of tobacco of Mr. Lester Steakhouse. I mean,
That's
this
why
is
this is my second home.
this is a sovereign nation, so
Yes.
you are the only certified master tobacconist
Oh.
of the Chitimacha Nation.
Right.
Apparently,
Yes.
Well, great job.
he's
He
not
is.
a member of the tribe.
He's
but
the one.
He handles all the cigars here at Mr. Lester
Yeah.
Steakhouse.
This is Neo.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought of it.
no, he's
that
not
way.
Neo. No, he's definitely not.
I've seen
Neo.
him try to tie his shoes. He's Neo.
Dude, I don't wear tie shoes no more. I wear these Skechers you just slide your foot in. Because
So,
I can't tie shoes no more.
did you pick that up from your sweet maid at the home?
Yes. I'm too lazy to tie my shoes now.
I don't blame you. I get it. That's why I wear cowboy boots, though.
So of course, in this particular venue, we have the opportunity to build each other up, right?
Yeah.
So
We tear each
I'm-
other down.
and do
That's what
that
we do.
in case of Walker. But with seriously, I'm not a cigar smoker. But to be able to have someone like Renee Girard in our midst and in our community and in our marketplace, to be able to go in there and tell Renee, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't. I'm not a big cigar smoker. This is what I like to drink. This is what I like to do in the afternoon. To be able to have his expertise, to be able to put us or put me in something that I can enjoy without being offended because it's too strong or too whatever, or offend people around me, it's a blessing. And so, again, kudos to Renee, and thank you for your participation with us and what you do and your accomplishments in the cigar world and the tobacco world in general, because it's awesome.
And here's how
It's
good
awesome.
here's how good he is. Renee, to your point, knows that I don't smoke a ton of cigars.
No.
I am a severe lightweight. I might be I'm a flyweight.
Sometimes I'll slide him a cigar just to watch him turn green.
Yeah. And the fun part is Renee knows that if I'm going to smoke a cigar, that I want a Robusto. And so what does he bring when he comes here tonight? Before we start recording, he hands me a Robusto of the cigar that we were talking about. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
Renee remembers those things. So not only does he know,
I mean,
what the
look,
physical
all-
aspects of it,
all
he knows the
people-
flavors, the whole 9 yards.
But all the people associated with the show, they're associated because we're all professionals and the top of our industry.
Speak for yourself.
Well, except for you. But I mean, all of the rest of us. I mean, that's what we do. We're a big family, and we know each other. We deal with each other, and we have certain standards that we uphold to.
Yeah.
You know.
And that is what makes this special. That's why Lester's is such a big part of the family
Yes.
as well.
Yes, they are.
Because when
great
you start
part of
thinking
our
about
family.
Willie and Ryan and the entire staff
The
here, and
standard
what they
they
do,
set is
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
The whole Chitimacha tribe has done wonders to welcome us in. You come here and you are welcome. You're part of the family.
And it's not just us, it's anybody in Latvia. Are we at the 1 minute finger already, Walker?
Yep.
Man, this episode has flown by on the recording side, on the
Lead
streaming
poisoning.
side. That's what it is. I lived under power lines as a kid. So what we are going to do.
Subscribe to bonus content.
Yes. So number one, subscribe to bonus content. Number two, stay on the streaming side. We're going to stream one more segment because we do have something really fun to get into that, man, we're going to talk about some of the tools the military has that when you think that you're playing video games and you're maybe, oh no, that's only an Ender's Game. It's a book. It's sci-fi. Maybe it's not. Outside of that, subscribe, find us on X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because it's all about your implicit bias. Cheers. We'll see you in 7.